When you're trying to decide how much money should you save before you quit your job, especially if you're like, I'm going to quit my job and start a business, I want to tell you in this video, I am not going to give you a concrete answer. I cannot do that. And anyone who tells you that they can are probably not being truthful. So there's not a one size fit all for this type of answer. But I will give you like some general guidelines that you can follow to help you. But I want you to keep in mind that when you're trying to determine the amount of money that you need to save, it's going to be dependent on a few things. So one, the type of business that you want to start is going to be a huge factor in that. Your risk tolerance is going to be a factor. And then your current personal financial situation is going to be a huge factor. So you want to make sure that you have an understanding of all of that. I also want to shout out an awesome financial planner who is extremely informative in educating us on what we need to build legitimate generational wealth. I am going to post his information below so that you all can schedule a consultation with him. No matter where you are, whether you got a lot of debt, no debt, trying to build, or trying to get security, whatever phase you're in, he will create a roadmap for you. His name is Zack. Tell him I sent you. But no, he is awesome. I am going to post his information below. I have been able, in just maybe like the 2 or 3 calls that we've had, I've learned so much. And I want you to know, whenever I learn something, I'm going to pass it along, baby. But I want you all, if you're serious about building your generational wealth, even if you have not started your business, or maybe you have, even if you are comfortable in corporate, or maybe you're about to quit, reach out and see what it is that you may need to work on to help secure wealth in your life and in your family's lives. So I think that's also very important. Like I told you, I am going to give you general guidelines that you can follow that will help you personally. So not everybody, but you personally. So first, starting out, I want you to know the startup cost of your business. What exactly is it going to cost you to start this business? And then once you've determined that, you will also be able to determine what that monthly cost is going to look like, because that is so important, and people always forget about the monthly cost. A lot of times people are not paying for things in their business annually. They're paying for it month to month. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that in account, especially if you're using like subscriptions, memberships, whatever the case may be. Account for your startup costs and your monthly costs. That's going to be very important starting out. Second, I want you to have, and I know y'all hear this all the time, get a savings. If you don't have a savings, start a savings. Like I said, reach out to Zack, because he's even put me on some banks that will help my savings yield interest over time without me paying them a fee or any membership costs. I'm gonna say it again, reach out to Zack. But once you start to decide, okay, I'm about to get my savings started, try to save at least 6 months of your expenses. So for one, if you're watching this video, and if you've watched any of my other videos, then you know I don't play this. You should already know your monthly expenses personally. Probably have not done the work on the business side. That's okay. After this video, you can do the work on the business side, but for your personal and your business, determine what that's going to look like monthly, and then multiply that by 6. Multiply that by 6 and just start saving. Even if you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to get to that 6-month goal, at least try, at least strive to, because that's going to be very important. You also want to start generating income. No other way for me to put that. Can't sugarcoat it. You either need to start your business and try to get some clients rolling into your business, or you might need to freelance. It may be an option for you to do some consulting, or even take on a part-time job. But you do want to start generating income, especially if you are serious about leaving your job and you want to leave your job with some sort of security. I will never in a million years tell you to leave your job without that security and without having a plan in place. Unfortunately, in my situation, I didn't have that option. I was fired from my job and I just had to make it shake. But for someone like yourself, and you're like, I'm serious about quitting my job, I'm serious about launching my business, plan for it, create your exit strategy so that when you do it, you're not stressed out over money and you're not desperate. Because the worst thing you can do is build a business out of desperation. So, I hope that this was helpful and informative to you. If you want to learn more about your financial planning and how you can get all that together, I posted the link below for Zack, and he will definitely be able to help you a lot more than I can on the financial planning side. But if you are serious about creating an exit strategy, you can use the link below to schedule a clarity call with me, and we can just go over what your plan needs to be as far as leaving your corporate job and going into entrepreneurship, because baby, it's a journey. But again, I am Tashima Freeman. Don't forget, subscribe, and go ahead and check out the next videos and the playlist that YouTube is going to offer next. Peace out.